day to meet him, I was pinching myself and thinking, how did this all happen?
He's coaching Japanese kids this morning. I asked myself, why aren't the English kids here in Brazil? Why is there only Japanese?
10 years, 11 years, 10 years, 11 years, only ball. And after 13, 14 years, it's okay, tactics.
Yeah, well first,
basic
technique, yeah.
Basic technique.
When you're small, the most important.
Yeah, basic techniques, the movement, pass, look, all this, but tactics.
No,
not.
Later, 13, 14,
Okay,
tactics.
Start the game with the ball.
Yeah?
Everyday ball. My method is only ball.
Only ball.
Ball. Everyday ball.
And that was Zico.
As somebody trying to introduce a more Brazilian style of play to the children in England, what advice could you give me?
I, for example, came out to Futebol de Salao. I played this game all the time, and this made it easier to make the transition into regular football. Because a gym is smaller, there's less space, the ball is smaller, so when you play in a big pitch, the game becomes easier. A good pianist, a good guitarist always spends time with their instruments, so a good footballer should always play with the ball, and I think that the more that you practice your art, the likelihood of success becomes more possible.
And Zico! What a cracker!
Opportunity while I'm here to listen to some of the world's greats, the footballers I admired and watched when I was a child, and to meet them's fantastic, and hopefully I can take back some of the advice that they've given me and give it to the children in England and raise the game there, which for a teacher from England is something, and I've got to use this opportunity.
On a wet night in Rio, the locals drive on Botafogo in a First Division clash with rivals Atlético Paraná.
Estou Simon, muito prazer. Heading back to England soon. I've had a wonderful time in Brazil and I've learned so much, and I hope to take some of what I've learned back for the children in England, the skills, the techniques that I've learned here, and also maybe a bit of the rhythm, the samba, and the creativity and passion that the Brazilians have for their football.
The estates of East Leeds have become host to a new game. Armed with 30 Futebol de Salao balls, Simon has created an enthusiasm for a small sphere of Brazil that the local children are warming to.
Wait, on this you just take a man each and move around wherever you want to go. Yeah. 2 touches. Play it like that, that's how you play this game. 1, 2, pass the ball.
So it's an ideal sport for the winter, because when it's lashing down with rain or snowing, the children can be inside playing and having fun. And I think the biggest part of the game, if you speak to the children who've played it, is that they find it fun to play, and a lot of them will say it's more enjoyable than conventional football.
In English football, the ball's in the air a lot. This is more on the floor and a lot more skillful. And if they learn this way, then they'd learn to keep it down and play more skillful, which could create more goals. Passing mostly, because you can't do a lot on the ball because it's too heavy, and you can't shoot as much, so you have to get closer.
This is the first time that my team, anyway, have played with a ball of this weight and size. They're used to playing with an inflated size 4, It's vastly different, and I think that the touch on the ball has to be a lot more sure with this ball. I'm hoping that once they get used to this weight of ball, that will improve in leaps and bounds.
I'm really impressed, actually. The children realise that they can't whack it, they can't put it in the air, and they suddenly begin to think, well, how am I going to get forward? And they start to realise that they've got to push it around, and they can't run with it either, not very well. And so if they want to succeed, they learn that they've got to use each other.
As well as his primary school teaching and evening football practices, Simon works long hours typing up his notes to complete the coaching manual that he hopes will spread his newfound game throughout Britain.
My ultimate plan is that in a year, 2 years, we have Futebol de Salao played in 20 major cities around England. 5 are running at the moment, and in a year, 18 months, I'm sure that the whole country will be benefiting, but it's a lot of hard work for an individual like myself.
One of football's elder statesmen has recently published his charter on the future of the English game. Simon sought his advice regarding his own revolutionary project.
The England under-18 players that Howard Wilkinson's working with seem to have great ability, but they are not the same type of players that you'd see at the same age in Brazil. They're playing very quickly, but they seem to lack the touch and technique that I've seen in Brazil with players 2 or 3 years younger.
Keep running, set.
Our coaches are as good as anywhere. Our facilities are nearly as good as anywhere, each time.
The Futebol de Salao, the game with this heavier ball. Juninho, Zico, Rivelino and Pele all play this as children, and they think this is vital in a child's footballing development in Brazil. Do you see any benefit in the children playing this?
Well, we've got to look at all aspects now. So the sorts of games we play, how we play them, I actually think are going to be more important than actual technical coaching. They're not ready for coaching. They want to play. What we've got to find are ways of playing, games for them to play, which unconsciously develop in them the sort of skills that are necessary to succeed at the highest level. I think you're typical, or a lot of the English coaches I know. The thirst for knowledge and the desire to improve, I think, is unquestioned. And I think what we've got to start to do is recognise that and support them more and open our minds much more than we've ever done in the past.
Put that down about 2 yards from... Yeah, that's the one.
Could you show them?
All right. With you? Hey, Bob.
Enlisting the support of Brazilian star Emerson, who spent 2 years at Middlesbrough, was an obvious move. Simon is a lifelong Borough fan.
It was great to see Emerson with the children. He attributes all his success as a senior player to playing Futebol de Salao as a youngster.
It's nice to see them start playing Futebol de Salao because I think they will be the best player in the next 10 years. They showed to me a lot of skill and a lot of ability to make a big step to these children to be a promised football player.
This is the first time in England.
Yeah. First time.
No, not
never
tonight.
Before. No, say no, not tonight, but never before. Why not? Spain, Portugal, Brazil, Italia.
Nada, never. No. The technique is very good this game.
Very, very good, the best. You have to think quick, to move.
The ball's always on the floor.
Yeah, always there. The Futebol Salao will be big help for all children in England if your dream comes true.